Here at Monomoy, we have the pleasure of bringing students one of the strongest music programs on the Cape, thanks to the wonderful and talented Rose Richard, as well as Wayne Noss, who conducts and arranges the music for our jazz band. Monomoy has a combined general chorus, select choir, an 8 through 12 band, a jazz band, and a pit band to play for our spring musicals.
I'm Leyla Holmes, a member of the MRHS Select Choir, and I interviewed some other musicians to hear about their experiences with music, our department, and more.
I am Rosemary Richard. I've been a music teacher in this community. This is my 23rd year in this community. I held 3 other music teacher positions prior to coming here to the Cape. I landed on the Cape from Mexico City, Mexico, though. I had always been in band, and my high school music teacher, I was preparing my Southeast Senior District audition piece, and he sat down and said, "What are you going to major in next year in college?" And I'm like, "I don't know, I think Spanish." "Well, why? Why do you want to major in Spanish?" "I don't know, I get good grades in it." "You think that's a good reason?" And he suggested music, and I said, "Oh my God, I play bass clarinet. I'm not good enough for, to go be a professional musician." And he said, "No, I think you should do music education. You have awesome insight when it comes to people and enough loose screws to pull it off really well." Nothing I would say to a student, but I would say he's correct.
Hi, so my name is Edrin Ray. I'm a recent alumni, Monomoy Regional High School. I graduated last year. At my time in Monomoy, I was in band, a concert band for all of the 5 years there. I was in jazz band. I was in pit band for a few years. And then I did festivals, competitive festivals, all state, all Cape, Southeast. I started off in 6th grade in middle school, and I took the last 6 or 7 years playing in concert band, like I said. I started practicing other instruments outside of that. So 3 years into trombone, I started adding flute to the list, trumpet. And what I did with that was, I was planning on going to college with that. I was too hesitant. So instead, around my senior year of high school, I started going around to the primary and secondary schools. And I started trying to teach kids the basics at Monomoy Middle and Monomoy Elementary School, or Harvard Elementary School, I should say. At home, I'm still doing flute stuff, doing trombone stuff a bit less, but that's where I am right now with music. And I'm hoping when I go back to school, college, I can get back into like a marching band or an athletic band. That's where I am right now.
Hi, I'm Alexis Aruda. I'm a senior, and I'm the president of the drama club and a member of Select Choir. I've always really liked music. I love listening to music. I love playing it. I've always liked to mess around on instruments, and the music department here just gives a really good space to, explore different kinds of music and express yourself in whatever way you want to.
My name is Faye Riprino. I'm a sophomore, and I'm in Select Choir and Chorus. I got into it by joined the musical in my 9th grade here, and we did 9 to 5, and then from there I spent the next year doing choral music.
My name is Wellington Warren Holmes IV. I am in grade 9 freshman, and I play a lot of brass instruments in the band and jazz band, and I also sing with Select Choir. Outside of school, I'm with the Cape Cod Youth Symphony Orchestra, and I play French horn for them. I started music playing piano in, I think, kindergarten. I took lessons until I was about, I'd say, 10 or 11 years old. The first instrument I played in a band was violin in a Suzuki class during 3rd and 4th grade, and a little bit of 5th grade. In 6th grade, I was given a trumpet for Christmas, and that's what started me into brass. And I really quickly picked it up. I almost barely practiced, and I lied to my teacher, but it seemed like I had practiced because I just picked it up so fast and I was good at it. French horn is the second brass instrument I played in 7th grade, and that's my main instrument up until it's been 3 years. That was recommended by my band teacher in middle school. He thought that because I had the certain embouchure on trumpet, which is the formation of your lips on the mouthpiece, he thought that I would be pretty good at French horn, and surprisingly, I was.
I'm Jamison Lapsley. I'm in 8th grade. I'm in the pit band, concert band, and jazz band. I started in 4th grade. I started on trombone, I didn't really play much over COVID, and then I started playing back in 6th grade again. And then in 7th grade, I switched to baritone, and then in 8th grade, I got a euphonium, which is what I play now.
Oh my gosh, all the things. I think there's a lot of student ownership in what we do, whether, oh my gosh, and obviously the pit band for the musicals, that's a pretty special thing that we do. And I know, talking to students who have been in our musicals and then they go off to college and do a musical there, or just talking to friends that they make at college, and they start talking about our musical productions and how we do them, and people are like, whoa, what? You got a pit band right from the first day? That's amazing. And I don't think people on the stage always realize that, the benefits of that. I think too, it's helpful for all the times that I'm so exhausted doing both chorus and band. I can't even fathom choosing. And I know when we regionalized and there was a high school music teacher at each building, like for one whole year, I basically cried every single night that somebody was going to tell me, nope, you've got to choose band or chorus. Even though what made me want to grow up to be a music teacher was my experience in band, somewhere along the line in Harwich High School, I just fell madly in love with choral music and building a chorus and all of that. So I was just heartbroken if somebody was going to have me choose. I'm no exaggerating. I cried probably every night the year before we moved into this building. So I'm very glad that I get to do both. I feel fortunate.
The staff they contribute a lot. Miss Rose Richard, she gives her all to all the students and she cares for them heavily. You can ask any one of the students in the music department about 3-hour ride she's had to given you, or maybe she brought you lunch because of this one time, or she took you out of class for like the whole day just to practice this. So she's a very caring person, and that really changed the whole environment of the music department. So I would say first and foremost, Miss Richard always. And even after high school's over and done with, she'll check up with you, she'll talk to you, make sure everything is okay. She's a person who sacrifices a lot for this department, so she makes it special in one way.
The teachers are just very involved and passionate, especially Rose Richard. So that makes an environment that is really good, I think. I don't know. I just think that students are really set up for success because we have really good faculty.
As a person who I know, just this morning I said to chorus, one of my favorite parts of teaching is community building, and what better place to do that in than a music department. And I feel like, especially this year of rebuilding, it's an opportunity to really form a good bond with a community that's already very supportive of what we do here in this building.
So I definitely find a sense of community. Today I was just at Monomoy doing some instrumental lessons with the kids. So even after my time at Monomoy, I'm still having those connections with kids who are coming in. It just gives me a sense of peace. I find a sense of purpose there. It's great seeing everyone. I've made a bunch of friends that will last past high school. I always sat there at lunch. I was always doing something music related, so it just made me feel like I had, a purpose.
It's just been really good for developing my skills, even if it's just a hobby for me.
I feel like it's like a safe space, you know? Like I have all these friends that I can go to, and then if I ever need anything, I know there's gonna be all these people that are here to help me, and it's a hobby. It's something to be doing all the time.
Miss Richard has us make resumes based on our prior experiences, which I don't think you can get in many other classes, maybe life skills, which I haven't taken. But it's a great way to incorporate something in your full adult life into a class like band, where you wouldn't expect something apart from music.
I was in 7th grade when COVID started and had just started doing chorus again after not doing it in 2nd grade. I asked my interviewees how the pandemic affected their music experience and the department as they saw it.
We weren't able to do what we signed up for. Chorus, when the pandemic first started, any kind of singing stuff that you were expelling air with force, like you do when you sing, made people sick. So things like that were disbanded. I know we were supposed to have our alumni show during hybrid hell, and they canceled it because there had been the boost in COVID over the holidays. And people who signed up for band and chorus don't sign up to do it spaced 10 feet apart. So I think that was one of the hardest parts. And when you don't have somebody in front of you conducting and saying, no, that's a G sharp, play it this way and stuff like that, you lose interest. It's super hard.
After the initial outbreak happened and we came back to school, we did band in separate classes, and we had it in the morning time. So it wasn't even really a class. It was like a time period where we had to have band. We were all 6 feet apart. I think the connection between middle school and high school in the music department has kind of lost itself. At my time at Monomoy, I saw less and less students coming up from the middle school to be in band or just be in chorus. And then even to, if they in high school, to stay in chorus or band.
I think it really nerfed everyone's willingness to participate in stuff. The incoming grades, were hybrid, so they didn't really have a lot of motivation to put themselves out there socially. Lots of things have changed in good and bad ways, but it's definitely a lot more welcoming of an environment now. When I was in 8th grade, I was very scared of everybody. There was a lot of drama.
In school, they took it out from a class that was more vital. 6th grade, no one really did much. We might have had band advisory days, but it wasn't really anything major or important. And now I'm really happy that music education is back more full-time in all the schools, especially elementary schools, so we can start the precocious kids nice and young. It affected me by setting me back from what I could have done. Happy to have been here after the pandemic.
Had these masks, and then we would put the mouthpiece right under, and it was hard. And we had 20-minute classes, and it was once a week, but you wouldn't learn anything. It was all music theory. You wouldn't play any music. You would just learn.
I didn't take chorus in 8th grade because we had just one class shorter of a schedule and there wasn't room in mine. Miss Richard heard me sing during my 9th grade year when we did Putnam, the musical that year, and she asked me to audition for Select. Thank God, and Miss Richard, and as they are combined, because I would have never been able to revive my passion for music, get into Allstate, start singing at gigs, and be a part of this amazing community of super talented music people. Definitely, if you have the chance, learn an instrument, learn some music theory, do a play. It doesn't take anything but the desire to try, so don't think that you can't do it and you're not talented. You can do it. Just start doing it. Put in the work, put in the hours, take what's ours.
If someone is watching this, then take a music class and do music.
I really hope to see in the future, going back to the pre and post-pandemic thing, just more connection between the middle school and the high school, because we lost that during the pandemic. And if you noticed, as I've noticed, I see less and less kids staying in band throughout, like they start dropping like flies around freshman or sophomore year now, and it's very unfortunate to see. And then you just see kids just not coming at all from 7th grade to 8th grade. There's no staircase, so I would say that.
I think we have a really good roster of people to educate us from all over the world, like Charlie Clute, who has done incredible things with his acting. That's part of the music department because he does drama, which I'm also in. And Erin Bolton and Miss Richard, who's been to Mexico and almost got kidnapped.
Oh my gosh, just come join us. Come join us and do more music. We have such a good time doing everything. I think that's the other thing too. There was we recently hosted the All Cape and Islands Jazz Festival, and a colleague from another school on the Cape commented on the spirit of our jazz band and said, I know it's Wayne Noss's baby, but the spirit on the stage is your spirit of just insanity and unbridled energy and all of that. So come and be part of that. It's a really, really cool place and welcoming place. And I've had so many students who were afraid in the earlier years of high school to do it. And then they came to do something with us and were like, oh my God, I wish I had done this before. Connor Francis. He would be the one this year. So definitely that part of it.